Alright, so I haven't done one of these in a while. I've actually only done one on the channel. A while ago, I made up this series that I wanted to do on my channel where I pick up a random DVD out of my collection because I have a ton of DVDs that I have not watched yet. I actually have a huge DVD haul video that I have if you go back on my channel where I had at least, I don't know, 35 to 40 DVDs that I bought from thrift stores, and I went through all of them. And it was around that time that I came up with this series where I would just pick up these random DVDs that I find at thrift stores, movies I've never heard of, and I watch them and review them. So I got the itch to do that again because I seen this movie, Rest Stop, released, I think, in 2006. I believe it was directed by John Shaban, and it just looked intriguing to me. I love highway type horror, highway slashers, kind of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and that other one, Wolf Creek is what I'm trying to think of. Just movies like that where it's like road horror, but it's in the summer and it's really hot. And this looked like that type of movie, so I went ahead and got it and checked it out. And surprisingly, I didn't know how campy this movie actually was going to be. I didn't realize that it was going to be that campy, but I also didn't dislike it. I think it's kind of a gem, in my opinion. It was definitely made cheaply. I'm not sure the exact specifics, and it has a sequel, which I bought as well, called Don't Look Back. I believe it is Rest Stop, Don't Look Back. So I'm going to check that one out as well. This one basically tells the story of this girl that gets, this couple actually, that is on a road trip. They're, I think, going to LA to like start over on their new life or whatever. And they stop at this rest stop, and the girl goes in to go to the restroom. And when she comes out, the boyfriend is gone, the car is gone, and she is abandoned at this rest stop. So slowly we find out that this rest stop has been notorious for people going missing. There's a bunch of missing signs on the platform in the front of it. And when she's going to the bathroom, she can see writing on the stall of like the license plate number, of a license plate number, and then kind of saying stuff like, they took me away or something like that. Or he took me away, he's chasing me or something of the odds of that. And then we find out that it is a guy in a truck terrorizing anybody who gets stuck at this rest stop. And it's pretty much an entire movie of this girl getting chased down by this guy. Just in this one setting, this one truck stop, or rest stop rather. And she's trying to hide from this guy, trying to get away from this guy. And she just can't seem to do it. She sees ghosts of previous victims from the past, and that is a really cool aspect of the movie. We have kind of these weird interludes, like this RV that was parked at the rest stop that she couldn't get the people's attention, but eventually she does get their attention. She comes in, and they're just a crazy family. So I don't know if they're tied to the guy and the truck, the killer of the movie, or not, but they end up being this crazy like hillbilly family. And it has just weird interludes like that. The main actor of the movie is Jamie Alexander, which has been in some big stuff like Thor and stuff like that. This is some early work from her, probably whenever she was still trying to make it as an actor, because this is like a very low budget, like it almost looks like a student film. Like it just looks like some friends got together and made a movie, which I love that aspect of it. I love that look, and I could just tell when a movie was made like that. And most of the time they're some of my favorite movies, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Halloween. It's just a group of friends that got together and decided to make a movie pretty much. And it has that vibe to it. And I think she does good in this movie. She kind of plays a final girl, even though she's like the only girl in the movie. She's the only victim. And I think she could play out in a regular slasher and be the final girl. And I think she would do good in something like that as well. The killer in this movie is pretty interesting as well. He's kind of like just a hillbilly type of guy. He just looks like a regular hillbilly. But we find out that he has this lair in a bus somewhere. He transformed a school bus into like pretty much like his dungeon. And he's super like sick and twisted. And we find out later that he has captured her boyfriend, and he has her boyfriend tied down to his table inside the bus, and he's just torturing him. It's really gruesome and very like torturous, and just completely ruthless in his killings. So he doesn't just kill, he tortures. Like there's a moment in the movie where he tries to set her on fire. Like he never tries the quick route of killing anybody. He's a torturer first. And he just has like this He's a real skinny, like kind of scrawny guy, but he has a daunting appearance. He's very creepy. He has that creepy look in his face. He doesn't talk. He doesn't say anything. He just has kind of just crazy eyes, and he's very much like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre-esque type of character. He would fit well. I think this movie was inspired by Texas Chainsaw Massacre in a lot of ways, and I think he, for the most part, just being kind of like they made him more like a normal guy, kind of just like this normal creepo guy, and I think that almost made him creepier. The truck is kind of made iconic in this movie. He has this license plate, which I can't even really remember what the license plate is, but it's a big part of the movie where the license plate number is written all over the bathroom and on the stalls and everything. It's became kind of notorious that that's his truck, and I'm kind of intrigued to see what happens in the next one. It's a very ruthless movie, a very rough movie. Although there aren't a lot of kills, there's a lot of gore, and I wouldn't say actually there's not as much gore as you would think. It's kind of like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's like when you get done watching it, you feel like you've seen a lot of gore, but you really didn't. It kind of has that vibe to it. Yeah, it kind of has that vibe to it, to where it doesn't have a lot of gore, but it feels like it has a lot of gore. The most gore you see is her boyfriend whenever he's tied up to the table, and that's a really cool sequence. I think they did a really cool set design on this killer's bus type layer type thing. And overall, just for like a random just DVD find that I found at some thrift store, I don't even really remember what thrift store it was, but for a random find, I probably paid like $1 for this movie. I think it was a hidden gem, to be honest. I mean, this movie won't be for everyone. It's kind of it's got that cheap vibe to it, cheap acting, and that's not made for everyone, but that's right down my alley. I love those type of movies. I love, like I said, the type of movies where it just looks like a bunch of friends got together and made movies, because that's what I like doing, and that's kind of like my dream that I would love to do. It's just right up my alley. So if you like slashers, if you like road horror, if you like summer horror, and you like the vibe of just a group of kids getting together and making a movie, check out Rest Stop. And it has a tagline, Dead Ahead. I don't know if that's officially the title, but check out Rest Stop. Find a DVD copy, or I'm sure it's probably streaming somewhere. I just watched it on DVD because I had it. So if that's your type of movie, check it out. I would give Rest Stop a good 3 stars. Middle of the road, but that's really good for this type of movie that's kind of like cheaply made. So 3 stars. It was a good slasher, and I'm intrigued to watch the second one. So let me know what you guys think of Rest Up if you've seen it. If not, I recommend you go check it out. Then come back to the comments and we'll have a discussion about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.